Thanks, Elisa. Hi, good morning. I was born right here in San Francisco to a very proud working class family. Before I started the sixth grade, we moved to a pretty rough part of Oakland. Birthdays were a really big deal in our neighborhood. 12, 13, 14, we would really celebrate. It meant that you survived another year, and not everyone in our community did. I started working when I was 14. I would leave school, I would put on my blouse and my slacks, and I would catch the bus to Berkeley to do a filing job at an OBGYN office. With what I earned, I would buy the things that my parents couldn't afford for me and my sisters. Maybe summer camp in the Redwoods or new clothes for school. And I was very excited when I graduated from high school and I started Merritt College. But I got pregnant in my second year. So when it was clear that I would be raising my daughter as a single parent, I dropped out of school and I started a job as a cake decorator at Lucky's. Not many of my friends had really ventured outside of Oakland. I was afraid of getting stuck, and in my heart, I am a traveler. And so at the end of nearly every year, I would take my tax refund, sometimes maybe $3,000, sometimes maybe $5,000, and I would move my little family to another city or state and start fresh. I had 2 other children along the way. We lived in Ohio, Nevada, Seattle. My kids rarely went to the same school 2 years in a row. Rasheeda, my grandmother would always tell me, you need to put down roots. I didn't really know what she meant at that time. I worked for UPS, 2 medical supply companies, the local healthcare workers union, and I tried my hand at sales. But these were all jobs, not careers. So as soon as business would slow, I'd get laid off. The last one there, first one to go. In 2009, I decided to move back home here to the Bay Area. But the cost of living here was higher. And I was in competition with people with many degrees. The old way that I would get a job, by showing up and working hard, just wasn't cutting it. So I sent out hundreds of resumes. I got a handful of callbacks, but nothing really came through. We moved into a 1-bedroom apartment close to our family in Antioch. And we set up our beds in the living room, kind of dorm style. My sister started asking me to watch her newborn son. She would drop him off saying that she was going to go and run an errand. And that would turn into an overnight. So when he wasn't with me, she would drag him around from friend to friend or to motel. And one day, I got a call from a social worker who said that my nephew would go into foster care. Would you like to keep him, she asked. Yes, of course. I didn't hesitate. If he was adopted out, he could be lost forever. I knew that our little apartment wouldn't pass the CPS inspection, so I started bartering, and I started doing odd jobs and mowing lawns, and somehow we managed to get a 3-bedroom unit. And then it all hit me. We were barely making it. How could I possibly care for another baby? I tried the welfare to work program, but I already knew how to dress for a job. I already knew how to act at a workplace. And I knew how to answer phones. I was left disappointed. I'd been unemployed for 2 years, and I had a 48-hour notice that our power would be shut off when I met a woman who told me about Opportunity Junction. And I decided that even though it was unpaid, it was worth a shot. Every day I struggled just to keep showing up. Sometimes we wouldn't have enough gas in our tank to get my kids to school or for me to make it to class. Other days we relied on the food bank. But it was all worth it. The team at Opportunity Junction taught me new technical skills and helped me to master the Microsoft Office suite. They made me realize that my resume had read as unstable, and even hooked me up with internet so that my daughter can complete her college applications at home. The day that we got our internship assignments, my instructor, Natalie, told me that she had found the perfect one. There was a brand new charter school in Pittsburgh, and they needed an administrative assistant. I thought she had lost her mind. With 4 kids at home, working at a middle school was not the answer that I thought I was looking for. But Opportunity Junction told me to make myself indispensable, and so I did. I designed invoicing systems, I built video projection carts, I mopped floors, I served lunches. I became the go-to person for anything that had to do with Excel. And at the end of the year, it was the parents and the students who advocated to keep me. Even though the budget was tight, they promoted me to the office manager position. And in less than a year, I was earning almost twice my starting wage. And I love my job. With less financial stress, our family is happier than we've ever been. My sister went into recovery and got my nephew back, and they come over and hang out almost every Saturday. We've been in one place now that people recognize us around town, and my kids feel like they are from somewhere. We finally have roots. I thought I could make it by myself, but now I realize that I was missing out. I needed that support and the direct feedback to change and grow, and Opportunity Junction helped me to confront the obstacles that I wasn't able to see on my own. And they treat me like a part of their family. Today, I am proud to be building a career and to have stability for my children. And once I see them off to their own new beginnings, I hope to travel the world. Thank you.